Okay, so here we are working on 6.5, section 6.5, part 2. I'm on problem number 10, and so I'm going to solve this one. Now, this problem, what you should think about as you look at this problem is that it has two terms. 1, 2. The minus sign outside of parentheses, that's the separator. That tells you how to look at it. So there's two terms there. And the only things we ever do for two terms are double, double, or triple, triple. Which one is this? It's clearly a double, double, right? Because this means x plus 3y, x plus 3y. And this 64 here is 8 times 8. So it's something twice, double, double with a minus. Double, double with a minus can be done. Double, double with plus cannot be done. The double, double minus can be done. So we can do this one. What do? We put the two parentheses, right? Remember, in fact, let me just write the game plan on the side here. So, double, double, as I call it, double, double with minus in the middle. So if you have L squared, left squared minus right squared, you just put two parentheses, left, left, right, right, 1 plus, 1 minus. That's the game plan for how you handle double, double with a minus. So I just pick one of these in the left. So it'd be x plus 3y, x plus 3y. Left and left. And one of each of these in the right. 8, 8. And what goes in the middle? 1 plus 1 minus, huh? 1 plus 1 minus. Everybody see that? The x plus 3y and x plus 3y, that's these guys. They're both plus. They're just exactly the two things from the left. We don't change that to minus. And the 8s exactly go on the right, and then between the left and the right goes 1 plus and 1 minus. There's the answer. All right, let's try another one. Okay, let's try number 11 here. Now, when you look at number 11, the tricky one on this one, usually, I'll say, when you have four terms, up to now I've always said do a 2-2 split. Now it's a little more tricky. With four terms, so notice this is going to be a little different. With four terms, if the first three terms, so step one, if the first three terms are x squared, x, no x. See how this is an x squared, an x, and no x. If the first three terms have that, then do a 3-1. Otherwise, do a 2-2. So in other words, on this problem, because instead of doing first two, last two, like we've always done before with four terms, now there's a little more to the story. If the first three are x squared, x, no x, then do a 3-1 instead of a 2-2 split. So I'm going to do a 3-1. Okay, so what do I do with those three? Well, you know what to do with three terms. You do the diamond thing, huh? Put the minus 20, whoop, not minus 20, I'm messing up, huh? We're saying what multiplies to be 100, so 100 right there, what multiplies to be 100, and adds to be minus 20. All right, so what times what's 100? Well, you can play with your, if you're not sure, take your calculator and divide by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided by 2, you'll get 50. Can 2 and 50 make the minus 20? No way. Divide by 3, get a decimal. Divide by 4, you get 25. Can 4 and 25 make the minus 20 by adding or subtracting? No, they subtract to be 21. Divide by 5, you get 20. Can 5 and 20 somehow make the 20? No. Divide by 6, it's a decimal, doesn't work. Divide by 7, decimal doesn't work. Divide by 8, decimal doesn't work. Divide by 9, decimal doesn't work. Divide by 10, you get 10. Can 10 and 10? Oh yeah, that's it, huh? 10 and 10. 10 and 10 is my pair. What signs do we need now to make minus 20? They have to both be negative. Negative 10, negative 10, add to be negative 20, and two negatives multiply to be positive 100. Okay, so what does all that mean? Let me get rid of this. So what does all that mean? That means that these first three terms become x minus 10, x minus 10. And then this guy comes down minus y squared. Okay, now what are we going to do with that? Well, do you see that that's a double-double, right? Because this y is y, y. So it's something twice, a double with a minus. Remember how we do? We just did one, double the minus, 2 parentheses. The left and left go left and left. The right and right go right and right. And then in between the left and the right, we put 1 plus, 1 minus. Again, these are both minus 10, so those are both minus 10. These are both y, so these are both y. And then in the middle, 1 plus, 1 minus. Because positive y times negative y is negative y squared. And we're done. All the horses are contained. There's no plus or minus signs outside of parentheses. They're all contained in parentheses. We're done. Okay, now we're looking at number 12. This one is a harder double. You see, because it's x squared. If you take your calculator and you take the root of 256, you'll get 16. So this is 16 times 16. You just hit the root button, and your calculator will tell you what multiplies to be 256. Okay, so that means it's a double. What do we always do with the double? 2 parentheses. Left and left, the two items that make the left go left and left. The two items that make the right go right and right. And then in the middle, between the left and the right, go 1 plus, 1 minus, because positive 16 times negative 16 makes negative 256. Good. Now, normally we stop there. Normally we're like, good, done. But this time, look, we can go further. X squared minus 16, that's another double. That's x, 4. So this one will break into 2 parentheses. Left. The two items that came from the left go left and left. These 2 4s that came from the 16 on the right go right and right. And how did 2 4s multiply to be negative 16? 1 positive, 1 negative. Positive 4 times negative 4 makes negative 16. Okay, now you might think, well, we'll do the same thing with this guy. But it turns out you can't. He has to stay just as he is. You bring him down, and you're actually done right here. Now, why? Let me explain that. Why can't we break down the x squared plus thing? It's because of the plus. So only double minus can factor. Only with the minus. You might say, no way, just make it plus and plus. Let me prove to you it's not true. It's actually not right, although it kind of looks like it is at first. You might think x plus 4, why not? It looks like that's just going to be x squared plus 16. Just break it down. No, you can check it. Let me check it here. Let me prove that it's really not true. If I was to FOIL this, it'd be x squared plus 4x, and FOIL that, plus 4x plus 16, if you can read my writing there. That is x squared plus 8x plus 16. It's not the same as that. It's got this extra 8x. It's not x squared plus 16. It's got the x squared and the 16, but it also has an 8x. So you see, x squared plus 16 does not really become x plus 4. That's not true. So we have to leave it. Plus, so double plus cannot factor. You just leave it. You're done. It's okay. You're done. It's good. You're just done right there. Only the double minus can factor. Really important that you realize that. So only this minus breaks into those two. The plus just comes straight down and stays as it is. Double plus cannot break down, whereas double minus breaks down perfectly. You see why it works if you have a minus? Because if one of these is minus, then you get one of these guys being minus, and they cancel. And also your 16 is minus, because positive 4 times negative 4. And it works. You get x squared minus 16, which is this. So you see it works with a plus and a minus to give you the minus. That's why the minus breaks into a plus and a minus. But the plus double doesn't work. Okay, so now we're on to number 14. What's the first step in every factoring problem? Take out what's in common, right? So what do these two both have the same? Y cubed. Always do that first with the one big parenthesis. Let me write that. first GCF with one big parenthesis. Then later we'll go to the two parentheses. So what does that leave? X cubed minus 64. Okay, now what can we do with this? This is a triple, isn't it? X, X, X. Use your calculator. Just try different numbers. You'll find out that 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So the y cubed in the front just stays there. We're not doing anything with that. That will be part of the final answer. Now, what's the form for triple? How do we do? Let me go over here and write triple. We have the double. We know that form, right? Double. I can just write it up here. Double. Only minus, as we talked about, is just two parentheses, left, right, 1 plus 1 minus. That's double form. Triple's a little harder. You got left cubed minus right cubed. You do a little parenthesis and a big. You go 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 2 right, 1 of each in the middle, and then remember the signs? You SOAP. So the first sign's here, the second's here, the third's here. SOAP, SOAP, which means same. Same as what? Same as what you started with. If you start with minus, that'll be minus. Then the opposite, plus. Then always positive at the back. Same as what you start with, opposite of what you started with here. And then always positive at the back. That's the plan for triple. And triple can work for both plus and minus. So for example, if this had started off L cubed minus, left cubed minus right cubed, then the SOAP would have told us to do, what did we start with? So if we started with, if we started with plus, you would do the same as what you started with, the opposite of what you started with, and always positive at the back. So triple works for both plus and minus. Double works for only minus. So we look at this one and we go, okay, this is a triple with a minus. So I put a little parenthesis. Let's see if I got room here. Little parenthesis and a big. And 1 left, 1 right. 1 left, 1 right. 2 left, that's x squared. 2 right, 4 times 4, 16, right? 2 left, 2 right. And 1 of each in the middle. You might say, well, we're out of them. Well, whatever. It's just a pattern. 1 of each in the middle, a 4 and an x. One from here and 1 from there. Okay, now how do the signs go? We SOAP the signs. Same as what we started with, opposite, always positive. What did we start with on this one? Minus up here. So same as that, opposite, always positive. There's the answer. We are done. Okay, so here we are on number 15. Triple. Now you got to use your calculator, guess, and you'll find that it's 5x. Just use your calculator, try 5 times 5 times 5. You'll see it's 125. So that's 5x for the left. The right, again, take your calculator, guess at numbers. You'll find 6y makes 216, y cubed. So it's triple. So you know what to do for triple. Little parenthesis and a big. And you go 1 left. One of the items from the left goes on the left. One of the items from the right goes on the right. 2 items in the left go on the left. So that'd be 25x squared. 2 items on the right go on the right. That'd be 36y squared. See what we're doing? 1 left, 1 right. 2 left, 2 right. And in the middle, 1 of each. So in the middle is going to go 5x times 6y. Right? One of the items from the left and one of the items from the right. Everybody see that pattern for the triple? It's a little parenthesis and a big. 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 2 right, 1 of each in the middle. Okay? Now, and you can write this on your 3x5 card for the exam in a few weeks. Get a 3x5 card, write anything you want on both sides. This would be a good thing to put on there. All right, now how do we do the signs? We SOAP them. SOAP. Whatever we started with minus. Same, opposite, always positive. Done. Oh, wait a minute. In the middle, that is 30xy, isn't it? 5 times 6. Just go ahead and multiply those together. 5 times 6, 30xy. There we go. We are done. Okay, so here we are at number 19. I'm going to jump to 19 and do that one. So as you look at this, there's a certain way you want to look at it that'll help you. These are the two terms. and there's the separator. So it's two terms separated by a minus sign in the middle. So as you look at those two terms, what's the first step on every factoring problem? GCF. What do these two both have in common? B minus 4. Take it out, put it in the front, start a new set of parentheses. Gonzo, gonzo, write down what's left over. A squared minus 16. So that was GCF on that one. Okay, now, are we done here? Well, this part can go a little further. This is a double. A times A, 4 times 4, huh? The B minus 4 is done. He just comes down and stays as he is. But the A squared minus 16, that'll break. This one will break into two parentheses. Remember how double works? Left, left, right, right. 1 plus, 1 minus, done. So there we go. So that section is done.